Hello everybody and welcome back to RainBro Crafts. My name is Colton and today I will be showing you how we make our Garden Fairy soap. This soap was inspired by all things floral. It is scented with some ylang ylang, some lavender, some litsea, and also some blood orange. So there's a good mix of floral and citrus. This is actually made for one of our wholesale accounts here in Vancouver, Washington, called Kindred Homestead Supply. They are a low waste store in downtown Vancouver. So stay tuned and watch how we make this Garden Fairy soap. Alright, so let's get this soap making started. We are going to do things a teeny bit different than normal. We had been steeping some calendula petals in with the lye water while it was cooling down. So that's why I strained the lye water through that mesh strainer there, just so we didn't get calendula petals in the finished product, especially the ones that had been soaking in lye. We'll blend that up with the stick blender, and then we will strain in our colloidal oatmeal slurry. One thing also that's a little bit different with this batch of soap compared to previous batches is we replaced some of the oil with hemp oil. Hemp oil is alleged to have some anti-inflammatory properties on the skin. It also is alleged to have some dryness reducing properties as well. Once all of that is blended in, we will add in our essential oil blend, which is litsea, lavender, blood orange, and also some ylang ylang. All of that's essential oils like I mentioned in the beginning there. And then we suspended in that blend a little bit of kaolin clay to add some extra slip. It also helps anchor the fragrance a little bit, especially with essential oils in soap. Sometimes the fragrance isn't as long lasting as it is with some of the other like actual fragrance oils we use. So we anchor it to the kaolin clay, and basically all of the little clay molecules absorb the scent from the essential oils, and it kind of locks it in a little bit. So it helps keep all of the scent just around a little bit longer, a little bit stronger and longer lasting in terms of scent staying power. We are going to do a drop swirl, one of our favorite techniques here, and we will be pouring off about half of the batter. It is a light yellow color from having the calendula petals steeped in the lye water. Not super like dark yellow, just a little bit pale yellow, a little bit of a different shade than our normal uncolored soap base. And then we'll mix in some pink rose colored mica in there, just a touch. We wanted it to be a little bit of a blush tone, rosy tone, to give you some of that garden vibes, garden feel. We will just scrape down the sides of our Cambro there to get all of that soap batter in, and then we will stick blend this until it becomes well incorporated. We don't want any uncolored batter remaining in this container. Like I mentioned in the beginning, this is actually for one of our longtime wholesale accounts called Kindred Homestead Supply. Kindred Homestead Supply, fun fact, is actually the people who hosted our first ever in-person market. They host the Downtown Alley Flea Market in downtown Vancouver every month for the spring and summer months and some of the fall months. And 2 years ago, they reached out to us on Instagram and invited us to attend their market. We didn't initially have any intention of doing in-person events, especially at that time, because that is when the COVID virus was kind of first popping off there, and we were a little hesitant to just be in public in general, but we felt comfortable because it was outside and we figured why not. So we started out with such a small setup. If I can insert a picture, I'll insert one here, and it's just crazy looking back to see how much different our setup is from then to now. We started out and I think we maybe had 100 bars of soap total, if that, and we basically sold out that first market, and we were so thrilled with how that went, that we signed up for the remaining markets that season with them, and it kind of just snowballed from there. Did some other markets that fall, winter, and then now here we are a couple years later, and we're actually at the Vancouver Farmers Market, which is one of the largest markets in the area, along with the flea market. We still do that. It's the second Saturday of every month, so one of those just happened this past weekend, I think, as of recording this. While we've been gabbing here, I have been sprinkling some dried flower petals on the top. This is just for the aesthetics, for that garden vibe again, since that's the goal of this soap. I did some red rose petals, and now I'm doing some calendula dried flowers as well, just the petals. It's a little hard to see from this angle on the camera, but they are there. And like when we do all of our botanicals or additives on the top, you want to kind of double what you think you need, just because the act of unmolding and then also cutting the soap, stuff just falls off. That's just the nature of the thing, because you're not really pushing these down into the soap batter that much, so they're kind of just really holding on to that top layer of soap. Then I put on some lavender buds there, and now I'm just doing a spoon push. The batter at this stage is a little runnier than what I actually would prefer. One additional thing we changed, so basically we changed like 3 things in this soap, but we also adjusted the lye to water ratio a little bit. And if you saw the previous video of us making the Rose Path soap, you'll know what I'm talking about and how it affected the soap batter. It basically took a lot longer to get to the consistency that we wanted. So we'll be going back to the previous ratios that we used in our original recipes, but we will probably keep the hemp oil in there because we have, at least so far, really liked how that's turned out. After I've done some spoon swoops there, I will tuck this thing away and let it set for about 24 hours before we unmold it. So we will just pop that out of our Heritage Workshop Supply slab mold and then take off that silicone mold. This fragrance is one of our favorite custom essential oil blends. We developed it in-house. It is such a nice floral fragrance, but it's not too perfumey or potpourri-ish, if you will. It has a nice brightness that the Litsea and the blood orange add. We do bring this back. It is in most of the time it's in bath bombs that we sell, and then sometimes we bring it back for our own soap line, but we do make it for Kindred very often just because it sells so well. Everyone likes it. We will split this slab into 3 loaves with our slab splitter. One thing with doing botanicals on top of soap is they're so messy. You'll see that they're just falling off there all over the table. I didn't plan this well and actually cut this one like first or second out of the 6 soap slabs that I was cutting today, and just picking up all of the petals and things was kind of a pain in the butt. Another thing, and I might just have to redesign it, is when you're using botanicals, you want to cut so they fall towards you, away from where the cutter is entering the bar. And how this soap cutter works and how we beveled the top, there wasn't a flat surface for the soap to kind of rest against that edge of the soap cutter. So it was a little finicky, but the bars still cut very evenly. It didn't affect the final product. I thought maybe if I scooted it in a little bit, that could help, and it didn't help. There wasn't any helping, at least this specific recipe, so we'll adjust in the future. If you want to get soaps of the month from us and some other goodies, check out our subscription plan on our website, rainbrocrafts.com. We appreciate all the support. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see what RainBro Crafts comes up with next. Bye.